Hello and welcome to Dark Night Healing. My name is Julie. I was directed to give you a reading this evening. It's a full blood moon, full lunar eclipse this evening. So if you're feeling drained or exhausted, perhaps crying, moody, you're not sure why, that could very well be it. I know I've had a rough few days here and I didn't sleep at all last night. And I don't think I'm going to get any sleep tonight either, so it's going to be for an interesting weekend, that's for sure, because it's also St. Patty's this Monday, and everyone's going to be partying, so. First card to come out is the Four of Wands, so it looks like there's a big celebration coming. It may be a marriage. This also could be a career, but it looks like a gathering of people for you. Death. So you're closing, this is a rebirth. So this is a reward after a rebirth. So you went through a really hard time. Maybe even some people passed during this time. It was really dark for you. But the sun's coming up now. You've gotten out of that dark time. You see the sun's coming up in the background there. 11:11 on the Four of Wands also. Enlightenment, so you could be coming into some spiritual gifts or finding a spiritual path or a closer connection with God, any of those things. Interesting. You might be Jewish. They're breaking the glass. That's a Jewish tradition. It might be another culture as well, but I know that as a Jewish tradition predominantly. So, from all the movies and stuff. Interesting. Very interesting. Three of Swords. Yeah. So your heart was broken. You went through a terrible time. Looks like 3 areas of your life were affected with the Three of Swords. You got backstabbed a lot. Like jobs, family, love, like you got it. Whew. Yeah. Oof, that's a lot of tears. A lot of tears were shed, for sure. A lot of tears were shed over this. I got a little pain in my heart there. Four of Cups. Yeah, I think this has to do with your heartbreak. You see, there's 3 cups in front of you. This could be the offering that's coming for, and that you're going to receive for the Four of Wands. And maybe you're not just seeing it quite yet because you're still at the end of the cycle. Maybe the blood moon is going to release this for you. But it looks like there's an offer that maybe you know about and you're like, no, because you're still heartbroken. Yeah. See, you're still looking away from the good offer and still not really directly looking at the 3 cups, but they are directly in front of you. So You're still heartbroken over whatever you lost. But whatever was left behind. So let go of that. Because those weren't meant for you. Even if this is like biological family, whatever. Excuse me, somebody doesn't want me to talk. Yeah. They were here to get you to where you are now. And what's being offered to you now is better. Much better with the Nine of Pentacles. But it's going to take time, and you're growing. And that's what this is saying. Like, you've moved through this. You've gone through this transition. You've now cleared it out. You've killed it. And you're moving on from it. And you're growing, like, abundance. A lot of abundance. Maybe you have a dog. That looks like some sort of English hound, and they're very expensive. So maybe you have an expensive taste in dogs, or it was a gift, maybe even. Anyway, you found a lot of grace, for sure, during this time. You've learned to look on the bright side of things. I see some suns coming up in the background. Even this card here, the sky is blue. So, and this is blue. And even in the death card, like, it's an orange, it's a happy color. Like, you've always learned to look on the bright side, even though you got really destroyed by these three people. Or things. I'm not going to say three people. It could have been three people. But I feel like this was three avenues of you, like the three main avenues of your life. Yeah, family, work, and love, for sure. Two of Cups. Yeah. So this is your offering, you see? Two of Cups, he's bringing it in. And it's going to be equal. It's going to be balanced for you. This person is coming. This is the Caduce, I believe it's called. And there's a lion head at the top of it, which is interesting. Lions symbolize strength. And this symbolizes healing. So the two of you will come together and see on equal footing. He brought his full cup. You brought your full cup. And you're going to help heal each other. And it's going to give you strength, and it's going to give you abundance, and joy, and celebrations, and happiness. Yeah, whatever happened with the Three of Swords, and the Four of Cups, like, and the Death, like, that's in the past. Like, obviously, this is probably to do with this cycle closing out with the Death card, because this particular blood moon, lunar eclipse, the last time it happened was in March of 2016. So whatever happened in 2016, this is a closing out of that, as this is also a Virgo moon. So if you're a Virgo and going through the same thing I am, with itchy skin and nervousness and anxiousness and not being able to sit still or focus or sleep, then now you understand why. But yeah, this is closing out. You can stop looking at those things. They weren't meant for you. And you'll realize this as soon as you accept that this isn't for you. Like, as soon as you really accept that it's not for you, you can move on. And you're going to find this person, and you're going to have your own stuff. Like, you have already built your wealth and your abundance. It might not be money. Abundance can be many things. It's all about perspective. But you're still going to have abundance of things that make you happy and bring you joy. But I also see abundance of money. Nine of Pentacles for me is money, is material goods, is, you know, the fruits of your labor, because they're in a vineyard, and again, that's a really expensive dog. The long hair bloodhound, I think they are, from England. I think royals and people, like famous people in dog shows have those. King of Cups. King of Cups. So yeah, this person is kind of wearing a mask, though, who's coming in. Maybe because they're also afraid. They're in their power, like, they're sitting in their power, they're strong, but he's got on a mask, right? So he or she, sorry, I guess I could, this person who's coming in, who's going to be your other half, has already done and been through this work. And they're maybe afraid, which is why they're coming in masked. Maybe instead of coming directly in, maybe that's it. Maybe instead of coming directly in, they're coming in as a friend to start. And, you know, they're so you're on equal footing. And then they're going to test the waters. Yeah. Yeah. See the Knight of Pentacles. So he's coming in slow. He has an offering, but he wants to see if you're ready. And if you're going to be willing to accept, because you didn't before. And he doesn't want to get hurt again. So this time he's coming slow. This time he's waiting. He's waited till you've stopped looking at the cups. Until you found your own abundance within yourself. This is when he's coming in. So maybe it's you. Not only are you not looking at what's in front of you, but you don't see what's around you. I remember part of my healing, I had a bit of an epiphany. Synchronicity epiphany. My dad was an auto body technician, Red Seal, my whole life growing up. So was his best friend. All his best friends. All we did was cars. He also raced them, RCs, everything cars for my dad and his friends. And so I grew up in the shop. I remember when I was 15, 16, you know, you're thinking about your cars and stuff and all that. And so I drew pictures of what I wanted. And I drew a picture of a truck that I wanted. And I drew a picture of a car that I wanted. And don't worry, I promise this is relevant. So, you know, I went through life and it just seemed like I never got anything I wanted, or anything that I did get would be immediately taken away from me somehow, devastatingly so. And I felt like no matter how hard I worked, I couldn't get anywhere. And then just a few years ago, after finally getting out of this cycle that these people are in, 2 years ago, actually, I realized that I had what I had drawn. Now, it wasn't exactly what I had drawn, but there were components of it that went together that made it what I wanted. So when I was a teenager, I really wanted a big, like, I was a big fan of monster trucks, and I loved Bigfoot. I don't know why I blanked out there. Anyway, Bigfoot. So, and my uncle had a truck just like it. So I wanted one just like it. And I also wanted a Challenger, a 74 Challenger, with a Hemi in it. Because my dad had one, he had a 74 Challenger. Anyway, so a few years ago, I realized that, well, I didn't have the exact truck and car that I wanted. I had a truck with the engine I wanted, and I had a little whip that I really enjoyed driving. Because now I have a Dodge Ram F-150 with 5.7 liter Hemi, and I have a Audi 1.8 liter Quattro Turbo. So I realized that though I might not have exactly what I wanted, I had what I wanted, and I was enjoying it now. So you need to start looking at things from a little bit of a different perspective when it comes to abundance. And I know that story is a little wordy, but it's relevant because sometimes there was actually a movie with Diane Keaton, and she got a vineyard over in Italy. And anyway, and the same thing, it was how she changed her perspective. Like, she had everything she wanted. It wasn't exactly as she had imagined it, but it was all there. She had the love, she had the family, she had everything she ever wanted, but it wasn't exactly as she wanted it. And that's what sometimes we have to accept, is that it's not always going to be exactly what we want. Apparently we want to talk a lot. So the Knight of Pentacles is coming in slow because he wants to make sure this is what you want. And he has a very good offering for you, as we know. And Spirit, I think this one's from Spirit. You're going to get a spiritual gift coming up. Here, I've got. Yeah. You're changing perspectives on certain beliefs that you had, and because of that, Spirit is going to give you a gift. The Knight of Cups. Beware the Knight of Cups, for he is also masked. But I feel that he's shifty. He's wearing a reversible cloak. Kind of looks like that tabard from that frickin' other guy. You know, and he's in a funny boat. What is that? Is that a horse? It's got a miniature horse. Anyway, he's on the water. It doesn't look very stable that he's standing on. So I wouldn't trust this offer. This is probably one of the Three of Swords coming back in. The Empress, yeah. You're going to come into your power and really, really, really show everybody why they should have treated you better. 100%. They should have treated you so much better. You might have a baby. You might be pregnant. Or you might be starting a new business. Eight of Pentacles. You might be starting a new business that's going to, with your Knight of Pentacles, that's going to give you abundance over time. Eight of Wands. Okay, maybe not over time. Maybe it's coming in really fast. Super fast. As soon as you accept this, as soon as you accept your Knight of Pentacles, you're going to come into your Empress. You may have a child, and your business is going to take right off. Don't fall for the Three of Swords. So the people who were in your life that hurt you, or whatever the situation is, one of them's coming back. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them at all, because they're not on stable foundation. they'll be judged. Doesn't say how or when, but they're going to be judged. Yeah. So take some time for rest and contemplation. Really think about your perspective of your abundance, because maybe it's just your view of that needs to change. Maybe you need to show a bit more gratitude towards yourself and how much work you've done for healing all this, because you've done a tremendous amount of healing. And for a long period of time, I think at least a few years. I think 4 or 5 years. I would say if this is linked with the blood moon, then you've been doing this for about 6 years. So know that this cycle is ending. You can breathe now. You can stop worrying about what those people are going to do, because they don't matter to you. Look forward, not backward. Any of the people behind you are snakes, and they can stay in their dens. What you have coming to you is so much happiness and rejoicing. It'll make you wonder how you ever thought that you never deserved this, because you do. All right, that's the reading. I hope you all have a great evening, and if you need to calm yourself during this full blood moon, just do some meditations, take a bath, listen to some music, some frequency tones, stuff like that. That'll really help. Maybe go howl at the moon. You're gonna do great. Have a great night.